But like, I was really weirded out by the fact that Trisha Paytas just didn't want to be on our sleep podcast, and I told her like, if you don't want to be on it, you don't need to be forced. But after she like,
She was like being weird around.
Yeah.
She was, and I also thought that Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson were
Yeah.
also kind of acting
but
up.
you're friends with Sean, right?
Yeah, he's my mate.
Yeah, but why is he acting that way? Because we're,
What?
Oh, I think my package is here. Can you please get it from me?
package.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
package?
Sure.
I just bought something from someone's site.
What'd you buy?
Like a phone case, a charger, some AirPods.
AirPods.
Yeah.
How much was it?
I paid like I paid like $5.
$5.
I got some
AirPods.
Vaseline. I got a bracelet. I got some AirPods.
What
And I
type
also
of
got a
AirPods?
pen. A pen.
Wait,
Five.
are those AirPods fake because they look like legit?
They're like one-on-one. They're like so.
But
They
where
look
did
so
you,
real.
where did you get this?
I got it from Shein.
Shein.
Are you sure? Shein.
Yeah. What's wrong with Shein?
Wow, I really didn't expect
I
it from
didn't
you.
expect that from you. Like from
At
all
all.
the people,
Yeah.
from Shein.
What's wrong with
And
Shein?
you thought you were like giving about the like caring about the climate, and you shop at Shein.
What do you mean? What's wrong with
That's
Shein?
crazy.
Anyways,
That's weird. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I think
would-
we should. I think I should actually. I think I'll just like talk to Trisha or something because she was saying.
Okay,
how
but
she
guys,
would-
guys, what do you mean with like what's wrong? I want to know what's wrong with Shein.
What do you mean?
what's
You're
wrong?
trying to act stupid, right?
No, I'm serious.
You don't know about Shein and the fast fashion.
I only know that it's cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cheap for a reason. Are you dumb?
That's what fast fashion is.
What
You don't know what fast fashion is?
No.
I was literally we were talking about this yesterday. Remember when around we asked people, what is fast fashion?
Roll the clips.
John Rockfield, I'm here with.
Azra Hadisi,
How old are you?
16,
And where are you from?
Turkey.
Any background information about yourself?
No.
Okay. What does fast fashion mean?
Fastly produced fashion.
Oh, I understand now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fast fashion.
Fast fashion.
Like, so if you guys didn't know already, fast fashion is just fastly produced clothing in a lot, like big quantities.
Yeah, mass production of clothing. I thought everybody knew that. I mean, if I were to ask my little brother right now, he'd be like, yeah, fast fashion is this and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just didn't know. I was not educated about it.
Yeah.
But I would still buy it because it's very cheap.
Buy it. Do you not know about the labor and all the treatment that the workers go through?
Actually, we asked this to a couple of schoolers yesterday. Roll the clips.
I know that they have very long work hours and get paid very little, and that their work conditions are not safe.
They know it and you don't know it. They work in horrible environments, hot temperatures, not safe environments, dirty factories with insects. They get no food, no breaks, and they get paid almost nothing. I mean, you're here complaining about getting paid €6 for working at Wildburger, but then they only get paid 10 cents for a whole day.
Okay, but I understand. But still, not everyone can pay those expensive things from the other shops.
Yeah, but they can't even pay for their food. They need 10 people in
Yeah.
their family. They mass produce literally babies for
Yeah.
them to work and get some money,
Yeah.
get some food. And that's how the system is. Like, I see every social media person, also Trisha Paytas, I was gonna talk about.
Exactly. Trisha Paytas also posted. I was like, okay, weird.
Yeah, like, I was gonna say that because her and Jeffree Star did a collab with Temu and they did like an unboxing of
Yeah.
like 10 big packages from Temu. And I was like, how are you supporting
Yeah.
this?
Exactly.
Wait, what is also wrong with Temu?
Temu, there's so many brands. Do you not know any brands?
No, I only know what you guys told me, like Shein.
Yeah, there's many other brands.
There's like,
Roll the clips. Like Bershka, Pull&Bear,
yeah.
Shein, Sarah,
Sarah, what?
Yes.
Primark, H&M, C&A. There's so many.
But those are all the shops that I buy from.
I know.
Okay, but where do you want me to buy elsewhere?
Just
Small
get,
brands
and
Like-
if you want it,
like Levi's.
Okay,
Yeah.
but those small brands you buy.
Yeah, but you
but-
could, if you, there's other small brands. I'm saying for these kind of stuff, like these cases and things that use excessive plastic. Because in the end, do you know what mass production is?
Yeah.
So when they overproduce many products, that is what that is what companies like Bershka and Shein especially do. If you buy, imagine you buy one phone case. They can't just make one phone case. They're a big brand. They have to make many phone cases. So if I buy one phone case for 99 cents, they have to make 1,000 phone cases because they mass produce. Their factories, they can't just make one, they have to make many. So
Yeah.
when you buy one phone case, you're actually paying for you're actually making 1,000.
It's also the same with like the internet and like social media and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
So like if a big influencer posts something nice about like shoes,
Yeah.
wouldn't they just mass produce everything?
Yeah, that's what micro trends are.
So if you guys don't know what microtrends are, roll the clips.
Why do you think fast fashion brands need to keep up with micro trends? Do you know what micro trends are?
Yeah, because then more people will be attracted to the stores.
So as you can see here in the clips, they talk about microtrends. If you guys don't know what microtrends are after watching this, it are just trends that come on any type of social media. They stay for like 2 months and then they just disappear off the internet. Like for example, if my shirt went famous on TikTok or
Viral.
something, everyone would buy it, and then 2 months later nobody would buy it because there's so many
Yeah.
trends repeating
Yeah.
themselves that there's like no time for them to last. So yeah.
Exactly. And yeah, I just think it's kind of lame that these influencers are uphyping, and obviously Shein is a company. At the end of the day, even though the production, everything, it's a company. They also have their own economy and business strategy, which is asking big influencers, for example, Trisha Paytas with 10 million or 2 million followers, to influence and market their products on their videos and TikToks, and they'll be like, oh yeah, use my code. But while doing that, you're forcing people to use Shein because of the product you're showing, and you're forcing people to use your code so you benefit off the labors
You're
of these
right,
kids.
you're right, but listen. There's not, like, everyone cannot afford those expensive things. There's a reason why everyone's buying from these cheap companies.
No, but like
Because
if
they're
you,
cheap.
if you think about like clothes-wise, you can do so many better options that's
Yeah.
better for the environment. You can literally go second-hand shopping.
Yes,
That's so
thrifting.
many. That's like so bad, so
Yeah.
like more profitable. So I can't come
Exactly.
out of my words.
And also, sorry guys, I have a black, sleeper pod, hashtag tired.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna sleep.
Yeah, but especially with, what did you say? Sorry, can you repeat your question again?
I said that not everyone can, like, pay for all of these expensive
Yeah,
brands.
that
That's
is
why everyone's
true.
buying from the cheap
That
brands.
is true, but we are lucky enough to not be born and not to be living in situations where we have to work for our family and our brothers and our sisters and our mothers and our fathers from a young age, like 10, 7 years old. We have the possibility to go work at fast food restaurants, to go work in the horeca, to go work anywhere we want to. We can do stage. We
You know,
have
Orca,
Yeah, in like supermarkets, the only thing that's stopping us is the will from not wanting to do it. But in the end, we have the possibility to get paid more and to actually be able to afford it. So if we actually wanted to, they don't.
And also,
You can buy that Louis Vuitton pen. You can spend 20 euros or 30 euros on a proper jeans or 50 euros on a proper
okay, but that
jeans.
doesn't mean for the other people that they can also afford it. Like, it still helps the companies that are selling these cheap things
No,
with
but-
like mass production and fast fashion and micro trends.
Yeah, but you not only do you have to think about these people to
why are you laughing if I can
Yeah.
ask? Because this is a really sensitive
this is a
topic.
real struggle. You don't understand. You can't imagine yourself in their position. You
I
can't.
just find it funny that you guys are telling me to not buy cheap things.
No, because
it's
it's not funny.
self-explanatory. It's not funny.
Wait, let me say, like, you are a really big activist for like green stuff and like getting that's like green and stuff.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, because all these mass productions happen in factories, and these factories are spread around the world, but mostly like in the BRICS Smith countries, like India, China, for example. There are millions of these useless factories just to make these micro trends that will disappear in like 1 month. And that's what you're supporting when you're buying from those like companies, because they're building factories, all the CO2
Yeah.
and stuff that will come out.
Exactly.
or ruin the whole planet. It's
Exactly.
not only ruining the whole planet, but also our humanity as people that we still buy from those like companies.
Exactly. It's just human decency. I mean, look above here, you can see all. Look above here, you can see all the garbage on the floor. You can see the CO2. You can see the environment that people have to work in. When you have all these pictures of the people you can see, you can imagine it. After that, do you really want to not spend the extra 10 euros for a better, not spend the extra 10 euros for a better phone case instead of buying that crappy
I
€1 one?
But up here you can also see people that don't have enough money to pay for these expensive companies. Like they're buying it for a reason. Maybe they don't know the consequence of buying all of these things.
Exactly.
But that's the last thing that they're thinking of because they have to provide for their children.
And that is why people don't know about
This.
people don't know about the struggles people go through. This needs to be talked about more. I mean, you don't know it, and you're a big advocate. You're up there in the followers. If you don't know it, why would you? If you don't know it, then Jenny from the block also will know it. If you don't know anything, why would they know? This needs to be talked about more. All I'm seeing is all these influencers hyping up Shein, hyping up Bershka, hyping up Zara, hyping up H&M, hyping up hyping up CNA, hyping up all these brands, literally condoning the activity. No one is talking about the bad. No one's talking about the bad side of it.
But like,
Okay, well listen, you guys are saying bad things about these companies. But if these companies, like, if they're just getting shut down, you know the economy will be so bad everywhere. Because the kids in, let's say India, they're making little to no money. But still, they're making some money to maybe buy some food for their family. Let's say Primark is getting shut down. That means that they don't have their jobs anymore. They can't even make that little
But
money. They'll just make no money.
Listen.
Okay, but
Listen.
I'm not done yet. Okay, so, and it also means for the people that buy from Primark because it's cheap, they will also not be able to afford those things.
Yes,
okay,
that
but
is
we
true.
learned this at but we also learned this at geography that if a big company like Primark that's like running the whole nearly like the whole country of like India, let's say for example, like all these like big companies is running the whole country, that's making India's economy so low that they need to, what you said, that they need to like fall back on those I can't go
Bad working conditions.
yeah. So when all those old like companies go away, can you not laugh because I'm making a point here?
Yeah, I'm not
Because when all these
I understand, but when
wait, let
okay,
me
I'm sorry.
finish.
Hey,
Because when all these companies go away, they can start making their own economy and start building their own economy and not having to fall back on these little micro trends and stuff. And can you guys not laugh because I'm really
I'm not laughing, you're serious, I know, but like, that also means that they don't have opportunities to work elsewhere. It just means that they have to start a business. and
actually,
they're working at those companies for a reason. They can make no money.
Yeah, because they're
Listen.
falling back on it and they need to start their new economy from like zero, but that's gonna take some time.
yeah,
but
it's gonna take time.
Where
but
do you
it's
think
always,
they'll get these money from? These new
listen.
businesses.
It's not only about how much the environment. It's also about the effect it has on these countries. It's a lot bigger than how much, a bigger impact than only the people. The climate, the country, people don't see it, but it affects way more. The greenhouse gas,
Yeah.
the production, everything. I understand it would be better for the people, but Primark can still exist. They just have to better the environment that workers are working in. They have to make a solution. They have to pay them more because they have a lot of.
They need
They
to
have
pay
a lot of
minimum wage.
exactly. They have a lot of money. Primark. It's a
Yeah.
big. Primark is everywhere. Primark is universal. It's not like, for example, Weekday.
Yeah.
Weekday is mainly only the Netherlands.
I
And
understand,
that's
but
why
what
it's
is
more
your solution
expensive.
for this?
Solution is better environments for the workers, more payment for the workers, and using better and more biodegradable materials.
Yeah.
Not using all this plastic. At least use reusable plastic. Now Primark is already making a difference by making their packaging
Yeah.
biodegradable
Mhm.
and by making their products more expensive to produce so they can pay more. But for example, Shein,
Yeah.
they're still only using plastic that does not. There is also plastic that has not been reused
Yeah.
that is easier to degrade.
Yes.
But they are using the plastic that is not biodegradable. It cannot leave the earth.
Yeah.
Turtles are choking in the plastic.
Yeah,
It's not even funny.
we also have
The
like,
animals are dying, which
Well,
you can see here.
but like I don't want to shade only Primark and Shein because those like bigger brands that value their clothes like at a bigger price point, like Zara, they have really expensive clothing, but
Yeah.
they're still using fast
Yeah.
fashion, and that's why people don't see it because like H&M, Zara, and stuff is still like getting massively produced, but people just don't think. Like they think logically, if it's like cheap, then they're using fast fashion. If
Yeah.
it's expensive, they're using like good sources. It's not like that.
Exactly.
You also always need to search it up before you like.
Exactly. Before investing into a product
Yeah.
or a company, always look up at what I'm supporting, is what I'm buying. Is it
Yeah.
okay? What am I affecting? And what is going to happen if I do buy this? For example, there's also way bigger brands that you'd be shocked at actually how they treat their workers. For example, there was a couple years ago this whole scandal with Louis Vuitton. Their factories in India, they also get really badly abused, and Louis Vuitton goes for €1,000. Now I heard actually I was talking to a lady a couple of days ago, and she bought this cashmere knit from Zara. It was like €120. You pay €120, but the kids there are getting 5 cents. Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's not that they don't have the possibilities and the materials to actually pay the people more. They do. They just don't want to, and that's where the problem lies. In the company and in the direction themselves. They need to work on this.
Also, I want to make a statement because you can also see on the shirts and on this stuff that they like produce for Shein as well. On some tags, it was just help me. They were.
I've seen those. I've seen those things. But I
Yeah,
thought it was
but why
fake.
were you
I thought
ignoring
it
it?
was
No,
fake.
because you
You
were
should not have told me
ignorant. You
because
were
I didn't know.
ignorant.
Okay, but guys, how do trends influence the production of clothing? I still don't know how that works.
To stay relevant, brands need to adapt trends that are relevant right now, and consumers want to buy it right now. So, for example, Varsity Jackets, it was all a trend, whole fashion. Like there was news article, fashion magazines. It was everywhere. It only stayed there for like 2 months, and then it went away. Thousands of these Varsity Jackets were mass produced, and for these consumers to buy, everyone wants it at one point. Like, let's be real, everyone wanted Adidas Boss or like something else. It was all just like put in there. So yeah.
And I mean, most people buy clothing that is trending on social media, like everywhere, like Instagram,
Yeah, like me too.
TikTok, YouTube,
And
Facebook.
also influence some other people to buy clothes like from Zara
Yeah,
or something.
exactly. And social media holds a lot of power in today's world, and this is really positive, but it can also be seen as negative. Okay, vraag me nu, how far does the media play a role in promoting fast fashion, and how can we change this?
Okay, but how far does the media play a role in promoting fast fashion? How can we change this?
Social media plays a really big role in the success of the fashion
Yeah.
industry. As I already mentioned, like brands like Shein, Primark,
Yeah.
Pull&Bear,
Uh-huh.
all of these brands need to stay relevant. So to stay relevant, they produce loads and loads of the same item that is trending right now. So what I already said, the micro trends, they're producing loads and loads because they see on TikTok that it's going viral right now, and they need to adapt
Yeah,
to what the people want.
exactly.
But those brands, Shein, Primark, and stuff, they would never get on like the same level as like Gucci or Louis Vuitton
Yeah.
because they're not doing that. They're staying original, and because they have original pieces, people with more money want those original pieces to stand out of the
Yeah.
world.
And I mean, when I was younger, I knew nothing about the bad circumstances the kids went through just for me to get an item that was trending for a month or two. I mean, I was always taught how cheaper is better, you know? But I never thought why Primark was so cheap. It is cheap because of the low loans the kid gets.
You're actually right. I haven't thought about that.
24/7, just to make what is trending right now and sell for a better price. I mean, yeah, how can we change this? Firstly, don't buy a lot of stuff from Shein or Primark. First of all,
You're right. I think I
And
should
if
really
you-
like reduce or
Yeah.
just stop
and if you want
totally
to,
with buying all of these things
Yeah,
from like
exactly.
Shein, Zara.
yeah, and if you want to see which brands also partake in fast fashion, you can download many apps to check that. If you're wealthy enough to buy stuff from better hands, if you are in good circumstances, then don't do it. Don't buy it.
And
If
we're
we're-
releasing a new app tomorrow. You guys should all just download it. It's
Yes.
about the fast fashion
Yeah.
shops, companies that you should not buy from.
Exactly. And if more people have this mindset, then we can all change this. Okay.
But how do like trends spread? Like, what are the micro trends and what do
Yeah.
yeah?
Like trends spread by people. The idea going viral and most people to view it is more pushed forward than other people's.
Can you talk a bit slower? I don't understand.
As I said, trends are spread by people.
Mm-hmm.
The idea goes viral, and the more people view it, it's more pushed forward to other people's algorithm. People share it via TikTok or WhatsApp, even the video shared on their story.
Uh-huh.
Social medias like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, or fashion blogs, website, or even news articles like Vogue, Elle, Allure, and Glamour, they all share it, and
Yeah.
that's how they mostly spread.
And I mean, after the trend has been posted on any platform that gains attention rapidly, that is when big industries come into play, like the ones we just named before. And they hop on the bandwagon and start mass producing trends and stuff. After the trend has been posted, after the trend has been posted on any platform that gains attention rapidly, that is when big industries come into play, like what we all said before, you know. And they all hop on the bandwagon and start to mass produce the trend in style. This gains the popularity of other people and the cycle continues. It's never ending. It gets posted on social media and people visit the stores to look/buy the items, which cause it to get even more attention until eventually it dies down or maybe integrates into a style or even becomes one. To understand what microtrends are, you need to understand the definition of the word fab. A fab, to understand exactly what I'm talking about, you need to understand the definition of the word fab. Fab is a way to describe an intense and shared enthusiasm of many people that is specifically short-lived. Okay? Microtrends are fashion fabs that gain the same amount of popularity in a very quick period, and it falls off as quick as it comes. The definition of a clothing industry is production and distribution of a trade of clothing. So the whole industry of clothing is that.
By the way, this is just read from a news article we just published on our site. Go check it out. Yeah. So
there's
we
a
also
question, there's a
let
question
me
in the
just-
comments. It's from one of our viewers.
Oh.
It's what are the consequences of the work labor within the fashion industry?
Oh.
I already know this question.
Yeah.
So maybe you guys can answer, or do you want me to answer it?
You can answer.
You can
it.
answer.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the main consequence of the work labors within like the fashion industry are like very crazy, they're outrageous. Most of the workers work for 18 hours a day and they only get like paid 20 cents. Like that's almost nothing. Only for the per piece of clothes they make. And especially in poorer countries, they get a bad deal to work for them, and it also means that they get paid like almost no amount of money, just only to work 18 hours a day. And the works are there are also kids that are working. They're exposed to hazardous materials, very toxic materials, and that's not good for their health.
Yeah, thank you for this. Me and Rajat just had a discussion. I think you're really educated right now,
Yeah.
but are you still gonna buy from like those fast fashion brands? Because roll the clips, we saw that a lot of people, after educating them, they are still buying and still being ignorant.
I understand. I don't think I will ever buy from these shops again, and I don't think I will ever influence other people to buy from these things. And I hope this also inspires other people to not buy from these stores anymore.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, except for influencing other people and and just like putting on social media, they shouldn't do it. What else do you think the solution is after hearing all our explanation?
Maybe try to stop influencing other people with buying these things, making the child labor, like fixing the labor in the other countries, in the BRIC countries, and I think that's like the main solution.
Yeah.
A lot of other people also had this answer. Roll the clips of the interview the last question of the interview we did, and the other question we also asked but didn't do in this.
Hello, I'm Mujada. We're here with.
Naomi,
How old are you?
15 years old.
And where are you from? Your ethnicity?
Dutch and Chinese.
And were you born or raised here?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what fast fashion is?
Yeah.
Could you maybe give us an explanation?
It's like mostly by big companies, and it's in factories, and it's made like the cheapest way, and it's like those workers are in very bad condition.
Can you give us an example of a fast fashion brand?
H&M.
Have you ever bought clothes from a fast fashion brand?
Yeah, I think a few months ago or something. Now I thrifted one.
Could you maybe tell us why you bought it?
Because you can find it very easily.
Why do you think fast fashion brands need to keep up with microtrends? Do you know what microtrends are?
Yeah, because then more people will be attracted to the stores.
Do you know the treatment of the workers who make the clothes of these stores?
Sorry, what?
Do you know the treatment of the workers who make the clothes in these stores? Dus hoe ze behandeld worden daar.
Oh, they're being treated very bad.
Do you think social media influences the microtrend culture and the labor of workers?
Yes, because it's like then the trends spread around, and then people also want to buy it more, so people go more to those stores.
What do you think a solution could be to all this?
Maybe like spread the information, what is inside the factories and what is really happening.
That's it, thank you.
Didn't do in this podcast. We're gonna round it. We're gonna round it up right now. We're just gonna continue with our conversation we just had after. After 2 minutes, we'll stop with our podcast, and thank you for watching. So I
all
found
in
it.
all, I think, I'm very glad that you actually brought this up because it definitely has to be talked about more, and I'm very glad that you're very educated. Oh, what is that?
I think that's my package, but I didn't plan on getting the package.
Your package. And what did you buy?
Wait.
But I'm very glad that you got educated on it, and I'm glad that we were able to do it because a lot of people don't know what they're talking about.
I'm just surprised that like people like me don't know about these industries, about these companies,
to
and
me,
about the work, about the about the labor and the.
To me, it was very evident, about all this because I'm interested in this subject. I'm interested about the climate in the world and how people are treated, and obviously for him too. But for any normal, Snow Joe, I get why they wouldn't understand it, So I'm glad that we're also talking about this on the podcast, and not about what we were talking about before with Trisha Paytas. That we actually can talk about serious problems because this, it's not like wars and whatever's going on and what more, which is obviously also bad, but this is also a problem that is also affecting us in the whole world.
And not about people like me don't know about it.
Exactly, and it's affecting everyone without you knowing. It's affecting you, it's affecting me, us, without us knowing.
Yeah, I think we should do more podcasts on serious situations.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna cancel Trisha coming because she would come next week. I think I'm gonna cancel her.
Yeah, cancel her. We can just talk about,
the economic state of the world.
Exactly.
Yeah, and like
slavery.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, thank you for watching for this new episode of the podcast.
Yeah, we
will
really
see you guys next week on
And follow us
Thursday
properly.
at 7 p.m.
Yeah. And that was the Sleeper Pod. Good night.